Okay, so this is a brand new LEGO Fortnite Survival game I just created. The first thing I'm going to do is explain the HUD. Outlined in green around your character is your hunger level. To the right of that in the hearts are your hit points and or your health. And below your character icon is the temperature of your character, depending on if you're in a hot climate or a cold climate. Go ahead and talk to whatever NPC you have in front of you. They're going to slap their gums a little bit. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine. But I am going to start collecting some food by picking pumpkins around the area and or berries. You will get pumpkin and vines from farming pumpkins here. Very easy. And then to show you my actual hunger go up here by eating a pumpkin on the top left, it should go almost all the way half, a little bit more, and it gave us an additional heart for that pumpkin. You're going to notice you don't have any tools, so you can harvest wood by picking it up off the ground here, and granite, and or granite, however you want to pronounce that. And now it says, since we harvest a little bit of wood, we can now create a campfire. I'm not going to do that yet. One thing that I think is super underrated, and something you wouldn't know unless you've played the game for a little bit already, is starting your initial village somewhat near a desert. So just by looking around, I can tell, because I know what the desert area looks like, that I have a desert over here based off of that mountain peak right where my icon is. I know that is part of the little desert plateaus. So that is great news for me, because there is a small hump in the game you have to get over when you start needing materials from the desert areas. And if you don't know where a desert area is, you're going to waste a lot of time walking. So I know that we have a desert over here. So I'm going to slowly make my way over to this area where the desert's going to be as well. While I'm doing this, I'm still collecting food. I'm still looking for any of these small pieces of wood on the ground I can pick up. And if you do find a very slim tree, like these ones over here where my icon is, you can punch them with your bare hands and collect wood that way as well, as demonstrated here. You can also destroy bushes with your bare hands and or tools that we'll create later. And it does give you a little bit of wood and some vines as well. You are going to need the vines later, so you might as well start collecting some as well. I know it's going to be a little overwhelming with everything you can collect. Your backpack's going to look like a big mess. But once we start establishing a foothold, we can start organizing our items. So this looks like a pretty good area. It's somewhat open. I do have a desert area off in the distance. I can still slightly see one of the desert mountains there, and I do have a winter area right over here. So this might be the best location I've ever found. So I'm going to open up my build menu from pressing Q on PC. I'm going to select the campfire, which takes 3 wood to create, as you can see on the far left. And I'm going to place a campfire down right here. You can see I am no longer cold, though. I was just cold. If I walk away, I'm still going to get cold. Brr, I'm cold. Collect this wood on the way. And then now I'm warm. The game is going to want me to build a simple shack within my builds menu, second tab. So I'm going to place a simple shack over here. It's going to take 6 wood total to create, which is fine. And it looks like I have a lot of stuff going on around me with wolves. Okay. This wolf keeps interrupting me. So now that I have the blueprints here, I should be able to open up my build menu again and basically place everything where it wants me to here. Once it's green, it'll kind of snap into place. All right, should be one of the last pieces here now that wolf is not destroying me. Now it says, because I built the simple shack, now I have a few more recipes that I just unlocked. And the wolf was after me again. So our simple shack is built. I'm going to open my build menu and make my first crafting bench. Now you can snap to grid here, and you can nudge it on my arrow keys on keyboard. I don't know what it is on controller. My apologies. We're going to place that down. It takes 5 granite and 3 wood. You can see on the far right. What's interesting is, let's say I place this down and I don't like where I placed it. Punch with my hands a few times, get my materials back, which was the wood and the granite, and place it back down again, just like this. So that is nice. I thought it was nice to know. Nice to know. Very quickly, make sure your stations are always covered by some type of roof, because when it rains, the lightning will potentially strike your stations and I think destroy them permanently. I don't know, but I don't want to find out. The first thing I want to craft here is going to be a torch, which requires 3 wood and 5 vines. I'm doing this because carrying around the torch, if I open up my backpack here and that I've created that, it comes in a stack of 3. Carrying a torch in my offhand here within my quick bar means when it's nighttime, I will stay warm enough in the grasslands area with a torch running around the entire time. So you will not get cold holding this torch, and I'm going to hold it probably the entire rest of my gameplay. So we're establishing a foothold here. And I want to tell you, the next thing we're going to do is put down our village square, which I'm just going to put right here. I don't really mind where it's at right now. But you don't want to break this, or it's going to restart the entire process. So wherever you place this right now, you might want to make sure that you're okay with that. With our village square placed down, we can open it up here, and we can see that with each village upgrade, we will get more things. Friendly explorers will visit my village, and an additional villager can live at this village. So if we go to upgrade village on the top, it's going to show us what we need here. We need wood and granite. To our surprise, because we have been farming on the way here, we already have that. We're going to upgrade village right now. Level 2 village. Now this is great because you can see on the top right that experience bar is not all the way pushed to a potential level 3 yet. To get that level higher, you just have to build more structures within your village. In order to do that, we're going to have to farm some more mats, and to easily do that, we're going to come to our crafting bench. This is going to allow us to create a forest axe and a pickaxe, which allows us to harvest common rarity materials. So we're going to craft 2 or 3 forest axes here, assuming you have enough materials to do so, because they're going to break fairly quickly. At this rarity, you might get like 3 or 4 trees before it breaks. And now with these pickaxes that take 5 common wood each, we're going to harvest the bigger rocks for our granite, which is fine. Love that. You're probably wondering what happens if I die. Well, that's why I'm going to farm up some more wood and build another structure, because I'm going to place my bed there, as well as get beds ready for future villagers that I can invite to stay at my village. So we're going to farm up some more wood and some more granite. This is awesome having tools now. So like I stated, to get my village level a little bit higher to be able to upgrade, I'm going to put a bigger structure here. This is the porch shack. I'm going to try to center it at least with my village square. And I'm going to start nudging it away a little bit so we have some space. And this is going to be like, I guess, the area that I'm going to put my bed. So I have a place to respawn. I'm also going to put potential future villagers' beds here as well. So I'm going to speed build this real quick, and then we'll place our bed down. And that is done. The village level is able to be upgraded, assuming we have enough here. We don't have enough planks, and you don't even know where you can get planks from. So first, let's just build a bed here. Open our builds, come to the furniture tab, place down a bed. I'm going to put it over here. I can nudge it as close to the wall as I can with my arrow keys. Place that bed down. I'm going to actually assign the bed to myself here. So if I die, I will respawn in this bed. Like I said, we can have permanent villagers stay within our villages as long as we have enough wood to actually build another bed for them. So I'm going to get some more wood real quick. And just to prove my point here, you can see I am no longer cold, stepping away from my campfire because I do have the torch in my hand. And at nighttime, you're going to notice that skeletons are spawning around the world. No matter where you go, you're always going to run into them. And they will drop some bones for you, and usually a really terrible tool as well. So I'm just going to eliminate this, and they gave me no bones. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Fortnite. Oh, here's a bone right here. Now you can see, because of our village level already, we can invite a villager here. For the sake of the video, I'm going to actually just build that bed. I should have enough for a bed, which is only 10 wood. I'm going to give it a little bit of space here. Bam. Now I can say, hey, Sparkplug. This is just a random villager that showed up. The name Sparkplug. If you like to build things that get crafty, I'm proud to help. Nice to meet you. This place is a little new to me, so it's nice to meet a friendly face. I've been running on fumes, so I need a break. I got you. I think I'll stay at your village tonight. Well, it's going to cost you. I'm just kidding. So I'm actually going to talk to them again and say, hi, are you from the island too, PIZO? Yes, I am. I really enjoyed seeing the world, but I'd love to have somewhere to settle down. Sparkplug saying, hint, hint, I would like to live here. And I'm going to say, that's fine. Live in my village. It sure would be nice to stay somewhere new. Do you have a spot for me to sleep? Yes, I do, because I do have the empty bed I just created next to my own. Yes, I do. Make yourself at home. That is great. Now you can see Sparkplug already claimed this bed. Didn't even get there yet. And this villager will actually defend because those skeletons are very pesty skeletons. So Sparkplug is a part of our village, which is great. We can have her come and explore with us, which means they will harvest the items we are harvesting, etc. But they need to have a tool in hand to do that. So I'm going to talk to Sparkplug here, and we're going to say blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say, let's talk jobs. And I'm going to say, let's explore. You can also assign her to do other tasks as well, but I'm going to have her explore with me right now. And she'll say, okay, awesome. So I'm going to talk to her one more time. And the items that I have currently in my quick bar here, I can actually give her one. I'm going to give her a fresh pickaxe and a fresh forest axe. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to just continue until I get to the take this tab. I'm going to say take this, and then I can gift her one of my axes. And then I can also gift her, I thought it was the one that was in my quick bar. I guess it's just anything in your inventory you can select. And I'm going to gift her a pickaxe as well. So now she has both of those. And I'm also going to give her a torch, because this is where it gets a little tricky. As long as it's right here, I believe I can give it to her. Have to take it out of your offhand briefly. Gift a torch. And now it also acts as a flashlight for me. Before I go exploring here with my new companion Sparkplug, I'm going to see what is required to get my crafting bench upgraded as quickly as possible. It looks like we're going to need planks. I'm going to show you how to get those. And we're going to have to collect shells, 3 of them, which is an ingredient left behind by rollers. I will show you what those look like and roughly where to find them. Now, to upgrade my village to level 3, I am going to need, because I already have my progress bar already complete at the top right. To complete a upgrade on my village, I'm going to need my village rating I already have. And we're going to need some planks, and then we have enough granite already. So I want to build a new building to place the stations I'm going to create in the very near future. I'm going to do another port shack. I'm going to try to center it if I can, roughly with my village square there. I'm going to push it away a little bit, give it some space, don't want it too close, and then place it. I believe I have enough materials here to build another structure here. And we're done, and I'm hungry. Of course I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. So we need some planks. I told you I'm going to show you how to do that. And with that, we are going to open up our builds and come to a lumber mill. We're going to place this down. It takes 8 wood and 15 granite. I'm gonna nudge it a little bit over here. I would say that's good. Looks like we have some new recipes we can make now, which is nice. So I'm gonna open up the lumber mill here. I'm gonna make some planks here. I'm gonna make, I don't know, let's just say, I forgot how much I needed. It will continue progress if you walk away once it's started. For my village, I'm gonna need 10. For my crafting bench, I'm going to need 8. So we need 18 bare minimum. And because we made that lumber mill now, we have a few more options here within our crafting bench. Even though it's not even upgraded yet, we can make a short sword with wooden rods. We can make wooden rods at the lumber mill we just created. We can have a health charm here, which I'm not going to create yet because I don't have the actual ability to. So I'm going to come over here, see what we're doing with this. It looks like we have 4 we can actually take away. Okay, 5 now. You can take these as long as they are complete here. So that's fine. So I should have enough planks to at least upgrade my village here. Yes, we do. It takes 10. We have 13 on us currently. Upgrade. Great. We are level 3. We have more build recipes we have now. We do have a spinning wheel we can create. I actually had that before I upgraded. We have some really big wooden gates, and then individual building parts, stairs, furniture. We can create chests now. This is where we're going to get to storage before we go out exploring. Luckily for me, because of where I placed my village and started off here, I had some pre-existing beat up buildings that had some chests already that you can utilize for your storage. But if you didn't have chests in your area yet, you will open up your build menu, come to the furniture tab, which looks like a chair, and at the far right under storage, you have a chest which requires 6 planks. I'm going to place a chest here, and if you don't like it, punch it a few times, get your mats back, and try again, which we're going to do here. I didn't mind where it was, but we're going to do this anyways. Push it close to the wall, and then bam, now we created a chest, and it should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 slots with this current chest. So it looks like Beef Boss is actually coming through the world and visiting my village. I do have an empty bed already selected that I would like Beef Boss to stay at. I'm going to talk to Beef Boss. Nice to meet you. Blah, 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 blah. Talk to you one more time. And now I should be able to invite to village. And since we are the village level 3, we should have enough room. Sure, be nice to see somewhere new. Do you have a spot for me to sleep? Yes, I do. Bam. Now we have Beef Boss as a villager as well. So Beef Boss bed's here, and since I have Sparkplug running around with me, they are not going to use a bed right now. So I don't think I needed an empty bed, but just in case we have one, and now we have an additional villager to protect us against those pesky skeletons. So I think it's great that we have Beef Boss as part of our village. I'm going to look at my crafting bench since we can create a sword now, which takes 5 wooden rods. We make the wooden rods at our lumber mill, and I believe it's 1 piece of raw wood per wooden rod. You want to make sure you have this recipe selected and not the planks. So we have wooden rod here. We're going to need at least 10 because I want to make 2 swords. And while we're waiting here, we might as well start looking at some other stations we can create. We have the grill here, which takes 30 granite, and this is how we're going to cook food that actually replenishes more and gives us some buffs as well. So for 30 granite, building the grill. Now, I do have some raw meat on me, so I can create some raw meat. It takes 1 piece per. You get that from every animal you eliminate, to include sheep, chickens, and cows. Corn on the cob takes 1 per a corn on the cob, and then 2 eggs to make a fried egg. So it also gives you the statistics here for what the actual food does once it's cooked. So give me 2 hearts, 8 hunger points. Corn on the cob is 3 hearts, a 2-minute buff for stamina regeneration, and then 5 hunger points. And then a fried egg will give me 5 hearts, a 2-minute stamina buff, and then a 8-point hunger increase. So I'm going to make some grilled meat here by selecting this and then inserting my meat there. Now, the chickens, yes, they are great, but I feel like I use corn and meat more than anything in terms of what I cook. There's also some raw meat over here. The wolves will kill the chickens. Now, to actually get the eggs from the chickens here, since we have them here for learning purposes, pet the chicken, get an egg. You love to see it. Now, if you eliminate the chicken, it will give you a piece of raw meat and a feather that allows you to craft arrows in the future as well when you have a crossbow. So I pet all 3 chickens. They will also drop fertilizer, which looks like a poop emoji. So we're going to use that later in our gardens. I don't want to like give you guys too much information yet, but just to show you guys here, give me a raw piece of meat and a feather. Now, what I've also been experimenting with to get more fertilizer, just since we're here on the topic, I believe if I drop a vine or any type of other food right here, other than raw meat, like if you have berries, pumpkins, if you drop like something like this and the animals really enjoy it, I will assume, and from testing, you will get more fertilizer that way. If you're struggling with fertilizer, you can definitely do that. We're going to drop 1 more as well here and see if this chicken gives us a poop emoji. I think it will, just for test purposes. Oh, it actually gave me another egg. So I'm just going to eliminate them for the raw meat, because I am going to go on a exploration journey very quickly to show you guys how to get more mats to upgrade your bench. I don't know if I pet you already, but we're never going to find out. We're never going to know. So my meat should be done. Our 10 rods should be done here. So I would definitely say get things cooking and or getting things crafted, and then go do something else so you're not just staring here, unless you want to take like a bathroom break, which is fine. But we have the rods for our sword now, which takes 5 per. We're going to go to the sword section. Shortsword, crafting 2 of those. Okay, so this is great that this happened. It says the server will restart in 58 minutes. This happens, I believe, every 4 hours roughly. All that means is that it wants to reset the world, not in terms of your progress, but just get like a nice reset. So you don't actually have to stay in your bed when you actually leave right now. So if that happens when you're in your base, go ahead and just leave and then go back in. I've actually done that out in a random area of the game And then I just come right back and hit play, and then it should put me right back into my village and or wherever you were when you logged out. So it's going to have you do that every 4 hours, I believe. That's all it does. That's all it means, and then it'll restart the timer once you get back in. And here I am. You will have a slight little bug where the torch is not appearing in your hand. I don't know why it highlights things as new here anyways. So here I am. We're going to take our meat that we made. I'm going to put this in my quick bar down here. We have 7 of those. I'm also going to create some fried eggs. Select that recipe. We can have 2 fried eggs as well. Now I'm going to get some health back here and some hunger. But now I'm after those pesky shells to upgrade my bench. So I'm going to look at my map. I've had a lot more success farming those around water areas. Not necessarily beaches, but like creeks, etc. So by looking at my map here, I can see which way I'm facing. I want to travel until I find some water over there. Okay, so I see one already. I'm not going to follow that little fairy. I'm not going to do it. But as you can see here, Sparkplug is following me. She will protect me and help me farm whatever I am farming as long as she does have a tool to do so. You can see right here, this is one of those rollers, is what they call it, which will give me a shell. So I'm going to actually run up to it. Do not let it roll into you. Not going to be a good thing. Not going to be a good thing. Ay! Okay. Okay, so we do get a shell here. This is great. We need these. We need these. Now, I don't know if you noticed from the actual, the meat that I had. So it's my assumption, and I'm just learning this now. I've never learned it, that it gives you 2 bonus hearts. Do you see these? Because normally I only have 3. It looks like I'm going to have 2 additional bonus hearts because it's a light pink and not a dark red. I just learned that. Essentially, if you follow these little butterflies and or fairies, it usually takes you to some interesting loot. For the sake of what I'm doing right now, it kind of seems like a waste of time. I will take an egg and I will take some berries. I'm going to keep my consumables to the far right. That's kind of what I like doing. But again, I'm still going to try to go closer to this water. And visual sound effects are huge in the game. Because if I'm looking for a particular enemy, whether it be... Oh, look at that. I see one right down here. A wolf. If I'm looking for spiders, they will appear on my visual sounds. And I think it's going to take me to a llama over here. First, I'm going to get the shell. Because that is more important to me right now. We're going to get the shell so we can upgrade our crafting bench, which is what everybody has questions on usually. I know this first episode might be a little drawn out because it's more of a beginner guide. But once we finish this episode and start upgrading our bench, etc., we're going to get to the nitty-gritty of stuff. And I also see another roller off in the distance, I think, as well. So we're going to get everything we need right here for our crafting bench. Hey, what'd you give me? You gave me spicy peppers, 1 snowberry, and a night shield. Thank you, llama. Now, I'm actually going to try to get more than 3 here because I know that my health charm is going to take at least 1 of them. I believe at least 1. So I have 3 of the shells on me right now. I did get the shield here. We do have snowberries, which is really good in terms of the desert areas because it's going to be very hot there. We're not going to get there yet, though. We're not going to confuse you. Definitely collect some of the spider webs and or they call it silk from the spiders. I believe we have plenty of wolf claws right now. And I'm just looking for actually sheep. I wouldn't mind getting some wool from the sheep as well because I'm going to be creating my... I believe they call it, let's just check here what they call it, a spinning wheel. Oh yeah, having the sword now fills them so much quicker. I don't need to collect claws. I don't know if I have inventory for wool. I'm just going to drop bones since they're so common anyways. Every time it's nighttime, there's skeletons everywhere. So I'm just going to take some wool here. And I do want to find some more shells if I can. The more the merrier. So we killed 5 rollers that gave us a shell per kill, and I did have an additional shell in one of my chests here. So now we get to upgrade our bench to level 2, which is going to be very good for us. Love it, love it, love it. Now that we have a level 2 crafting bench, we are going to start moving very quickly in the game. So we have a green forest axe, which is going to allow us to farm special wood found in caves in the grasslands area, to include a green pickaxe, which allows us to farm the marble in the caves in the grasslands area. But we cannot create this axe for the marble until we create the green forest axe for what they call knotroot wood found in these caves. So for the forest axe, we should have plenty of bones from skeletons, and then we need 3 wooden rods per axe. I'm going to make, I don't know, at least 5 of these forest axes, and then we will be good to go. While I'm preparing to go into these caves that we haven't been into yet, we're going to see what it takes to upgrade our village one more time. We're going to need knotroot, which we are going to get once we get into these caves. And then planks, we already know how to get that, so that shouldn't be hard at all. And to upgrade our crafting bench once again, we are going to need knotroot rod. We're going to actually cover that. We're going to get marble eventually in the caves. These sand claws are from brown wolves within the world. I'll show you where to find those. And then this yellow sand shell is actually found from the same type of rollers that we got the original shells, but these are yellow rollers, and these are found in beach areas and or in the desert. And this is why it's going to start making sense why we're somewhat close to a desert as well. So it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy for sure. So I want to remind you guys, since I upgraded my forest axe to a green uncommon rarity, I also gave one to Sparkplug to help me farm the knotroot that we're going to find in this cave. As well as while I'm doing this, I'm going to start pushing my way towards the desert to try to get the blue rarity sand claws that we need, and the blue rarity, the blue rarity wolf claws as well, which is going to be found in the desert areas and around beaches. So I'm going to enter this cave. First time ever you've seen me enter a cave. And because I have the torch, we'll be able to see in here. And Sparkplug also has a torch as well. So as we get in here, this is what marble looks like. This is the marble that we don't have the pickaxe to farm yet. But this is what knotroot looks like right here. It literally looks like a root growing out of the wall. So we're going to farm this here. Which is great. And now we have knotroot, which we're going to need a ton of. So this might sound a little strange to you guys, but I usually always have a stack of basic wood, common wood in my inventory for caves. Because I don't know if you know this, I didn't learn this until like 3 days playing. If I open up my build menu, I come to building parts and then stairs. I can build an individual stair to basically get me up to a higher spot that I can't reach. And what's cool about this is after I'm done with the stairs, I can destroy them and get my mats back. This is super helpful in caves later in the game because the ceilings are so tall that it can be really hard to reach things if you don't know about that. So I've been running through this cave, getting as much of this knotroot wood that I can. Now, it is easy to get lost in the caves. So by all means, you can throw your torch because you have more than one here. You can craft them very easily. You can set up like a trail and be like, okay, I've already been here. Bam. So when you come this way, let's say you just explored this way and you're trying to find your way out. I usually don't do this method though, but you can place torches to kind of give yourself a map back out of an exit if you're afraid of getting lost, because I get lost all the time. I'm actually lost right now. See, here's one of these little rollers right here. You can find them in caves as well. So I got out of that cave and I got back to my village here. Now, what's cool is we can now create knotroot rods at the lumber mill because we discovered that. We can now potentially, if we have enough here, upgrade our village because we have the appropriate amount of knotroot now, which is just in its raw form. We have planks already. We can get the granite from normal rock. So I'm actually going to increase right now because that is very exciting. Now I can make a charming bed. Okay, cool. What else can I make though? A cozy shelf. None of that stuff I really care about. I'm mostly worried about what kind of builds can I have. I have a log cabin now and a log watchtower, so that is cool. So I've been creating some knotroot rods at the lumber mill here, and I'm going to be able to create the pickaxe required for the marble in the cave we just came from. So I'm going to create a few of these, probably a little bit more than I think I need because I go through them fairly fast. What's great about discovering knotroot and having a green pickaxe now is the ability to now almost be able to make a health charm to increase our maximum health. We're going to need silk thread, which I haven't gone over yet, and then marble, which is found in the cave that we just came from. So in order to create the silk thread, we're going to come to our build menu. We're going to look at the machine and or station called spinning wheel. We're going to place this over here. Doesn't have to be perfectly placed yet. We can always break it and move it if we would like to. And create the spinning wheel. Now this is going to give you some new recipes now when you open the spinning wheel. We can create basic cord, which can also be found out in random chests. Same thing with drawstrings. I've found those as well. We can create wool thread from wool that we get from petting sheeps. And then the silk thread here is created from one spider web and or one silk. So we're going to need this to create that health charm. But first, I'm going to go get some marble. And I'm going to put some of this Knotroot away so I have some storage. Before I leave here, I'm also going to create a green uncommon longsword with Knotroot rod that we have already created here. I'm telling you guys, Knotroot you're going to use for so long in the game, you're not even going to realize it. You're going to use this wood for way longer than you thought. And now it looks like I can also create arrows and or dynamite because I found blast powder in the cave and I have the Knotroot rod. So that's pretty interesting as well. Okay, so now with the green pickaxe that we have because we got the Knotroot, etc., now we can farm this. So here's the thing with marble. I haven't even left the entrance of the cave here. And I broke all my pickaxes and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 full stacks of marble. So I'm going to go back to my village. I want to show you guys something real quick. Although the caves do appear on your mini map here when you open it, they can be somewhat hard to find and remember where they're at. A really cool item that I like using every now and then within the utility tab on the far left is called a map marker. For example, maybe you find an area where a small little mini boss spawns and you want to mark that for the future. You can place this map marker down, give it the appropriate icon. I'm going to make this green. I'm going to hit confirm. And now as I walk away a little bit here so I'm not covering it up on my map, when you look at your map, you can place a marker down right there. You might also notice that I have a bed placed outside of the cave. I would definitely suggest, and I'm telling you this now because I had the pain of not knowing this when I first started, if you place a bed outside of the cave you're entering and you rest at said bed, if you die in this cave, you will respawn right outside the cave. You can go in, grab your backpack, and have all your items once again. Now, since I am going back to my village, I'm going to destroy my bed because I don't want to respawn here. And I'll get my mats back from that. So I'm going to go back to the village. And I just thought that was something cool to show you guys. Little tips and tricks along the way. I'm going to equip some Knotroot here because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it for what I'm going to do next, which is really exciting. So we're going to see what we need to upgrade the village one more time because I already forgot. We need some planks, but we have plenty of marble now. So let me go make some planks. While I'm making these planks, I want to let you guys know that there is no problem with making a duplicate workstation if you want things to go faster. I'm not doing that right now, but I do have that in my main story that I'm playing because it does take a long time to create things once you get further in the game. So if I wanted to create another lumber mill, I could do that and I could double my speed right away. So we have the planks to upgrade the village, but now the problem we have is we haven't built enough within our village to get it to the potential level 5 yet to actually have the upgrade happen. So I'm going to try something I've never tried. I'm going to bust out these walls in the back, which is totally fine. It's not going to collapse my building. I'm going to try to make another similar structure behind it and just kind of flip it and see what happens here. I'm going to take this mats as well. So I've never tried this before. I hope you guys are enjoying the video because I didn't know how long this was going to be. It seems like it's going to be pretty long. Sparkplug, get out of the way. Like, for real. Like, you know I'm trying to do something here. I don't even have enough wood. Jesus, Sparkplug. Go get some wood for me. So Sparkplug is sad because her tool did break that I gave her previously. I don't really care. I ain't got time for her right now. So I'm just going to hit these with my fist. She will help if she can, depending on what you need to harvest. But anything that requires the tool right now, she will not be able to help with. I see some sheep are around as well, so I might as well pet them and get some wool, because we are going to start getting closer to being able to create a glider redeploy that we can use, and it stays on you even when you die. So that is going to help you with travel tremendously. And I don't think I had that until 3 days in. So I'm giving you guys a solid here by teaching you how to do this. We should have enough wood to build the porch shack. I'm going to put it as close as I can. I'm going to give it a little nudge if I can until it doesn't let me. So I'm going to build this per usual. I think I threw a torch per usual. I'm going to build this real quick. So the shack is built here. I'm going to bust out these walls because I'm kind of going to make this just a very large building right now. And since there is some cover over my actual stuff here, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm not sure if I can build anything on the ground here within my builds. No toys, building parts just to kind of connect the floor a little bit better. It kind of bothers me right now, but I don't think I'm going to lose sleep over it by any means. But we do have an extended area to build some things. Now, I will say that this grill is kind of pissing me off. But it is what it is. I think I was almost to a full level 5 on my village, but I know for sure, with the stuff that we have now, to include the marble and the Knotroot, we can build a stone breaker, so we might as well do that now. And I'm gonna have it right here. Boom! It actually got us to level 5 with this, with the stone breaker. So we're gonna need that stone breaker for sure. We can upgrade to level 5 here, I'm sure as well. We have the village rating, the Knotroot, the plank, and the marble. Love that. So now we can make marble slab for a recipe, and we have marble. And to create slabs, since I have this now, to show you guys, the stone breaker makes marble slab and granite slab. So it's going to take one of each, and we're going to need to have marble slab eventually. So that is great. So we've been talking about the health charm because everyone is curious about how to upgrade your health so you don't die so easily. So we have the marble now because we just got that from the cave. We have plenty of shells. We've been killing those rollers like crazy, and now we're going to create some silk thread. So I'm going to see if I have any of the silk in my inventory. Try to organize here a little bit so I'm not confused with what I have. We do have some silk. So I'm going to come over to this machine and make 3 silk with the spider webs that I have. We're going to select this recipe, make us 3 silk. I'm actually going to make 6. I'm telling you this because you can actually stack your health charms, and we're going to make 2 of them. I believe I can equip 3 of them right here for health charms. So that is very interesting. Let me make 9. Do I have enough for 9? I know I do. So killing spiders, obviously, always a good thing. Petting sheep, always a good thing. Now, we are making how many more? I think we need 9. 3, 6, 9. Should be good. So we have all 9 of our silk thread created here. We're going to come back and go to our health charms. And we're going to make 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And now, within my backpack here, we have our 3 health charms. It's going to raise our maximum health. 2 more hearts. Bam. Also give us 3 little shield points here. I'm going to do another one. Bam. Now we have a total of 7, and then I'm going to add 1 more. And now we have 9 total hearts. And because of that, it's going to take more to actually replenish that health. But it is fine, because we will do it, like, we'll get recipes. I'm going to teach you guys how to farm later, so you get more materials you can cook with, etc. So we are moving on up in the world. We still have more hearts to fill. This is crazy. And this is going to be a lot easier when we start venturing out further from our village, because it is going to take us longer to get back if we do die out there. I'm not going to eat one more. Now, before I forget, make sure you assign yourself to your bed once you get back here, just so you respawn there, since we broke that one by the cave entrance. And now we are just about ready to go on an adventure to get the necessary items required for the sand claw and the sand shell upgrade of our crafting bench. This is going to be very simple to do. Let's do that right now. So this is exactly why I like being somewhat near a desert when I'm, you know, starting out a new village here. I didn't know this essentially, so by all means, if you guys are so far from a desert, my advice is to run as far north as you can or as far south as you can. You are able to create another village somewhere else, but you do essentially start over with that current location. You're not going to lose everything with your other villages, but you will have to start over. In my world with my friends that we have played, I believe we have 4 different villages right now. We have 2 deserts, 1 north, 1 south. We have 1 main base in the grasslands, and then we have 1 in the winter area. So you can have multiple villages. No punishment for that. You just have more to do and rebuild once you create that. So I found my first roller that gives me the blue rarity yellow shell that we need. This is what it looks like in the ground, similar to the grasslands one, but this one is yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one. And I also have a wolf that's after me as well. So they are going to be slightly stronger because the desert is the next tier up in terms of difficulty. So as you can see here, we have the sand shell that we need to upgrade our bench. And then we have a brown wolf that should be around here somewhere. I see it on my notifications here that he's here. It'll give us the blue wolf claws. And thank goodness for our health charms that we have, because we can actually take a lot more damage here and make mistakes. But you also see while I'm fighting and everything's going on now, I am hot. My temperature is hot. We can eliminate that in the future with the health charm that has the snowflake on it. Now, I do have in my inventory some snowberries. It will slightly bring down my temperature a little bit to where I'm no longer in a hot state. But as you can see here, from the brown sand wolf here, we have the blue and or rare sand claws, and we have 1 sand shell so far. I may be repeating myself here, but these yellow rollers and or rare shells we're collecting can also be found on beaches. They do not have to be specifically the desert. So keep an eye out if you're nowhere near a desert right now for beaches, because they will be around there as well. And it's nice to know, because I didn't know that initially. I did not know. Okay, I want to kill this one though, because he's going to be a pest over here. We're actually getting a lot more than we thought we were going to find right now. So this is great. It's always nice to have more than you need. Always nice to have more than you need. So just to see what we need one more time, just to double check to upgrade our crafting bench to a rare. We know how to make the Knotroot rod. We know that we can now make marble slab, but let me show you how to do that, because we do have the marble that we farmed from the cave. So I'm just going to do a stack of 30 marble slab here for the recipe. Put it up to 30. And we should be good. Now, when that is done, I will be right back. So I should have everything here for the bench upgrade to a rare, which is exactly what we want. We're going to upgrade that now. So a level 3 crafting bench. Rare rarity items. Very fun. Very fun. I'm going to show you guys where to get cut amber in the next video, to include flex wood as well, to make the flexwood rods. We know where to get the sand claw already. And if we're thinking ahead here, copper bars, I'll teach you how to do that. Obsidian slab, I'll teach you where to do that. Brute scales, not hard to get, a little bit hard to find. Now, just because I'm curious to upgrade my village, if I had the appropriate village rating, all we need is granite slab. That is it. So essentially, if I wanted to do that right now, I'll just build a little bit more structure and throw the granite slab in there, and we'll be good to go for an upgraded village. We'll do that in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Support our creator PIZO, and we'll see you nerds on the live stream. See ya.